Inspired by the mystical Middle East.
Our influences come a lot from Persian miniatures, from Islamic calligraphy, from a lot of the design concepts from the 11th to the 14th or 15th century.
There are very few straight lines in the whole movie, which was part of the conceit of this Arabian calligraphic approach. Almost everything is curves, except primarily Jafar.
You could see the Persian...
Yeah, the little spirals are done in a Persian calligraphy.
Yeah, that Don Paul really brought that consistency. So
curves. Well, we chose the S-curves specifically, and it's calligraphic S-curve. It's not perfectly symmetrical. We chose that because those are the kinds of lines that we saw in the Arabic calligraphy and in the Persian miniature paintings that we were looking at.
Recurring designs in the Middle East, from the onion-domed buildings to the swirling brushstrokes of Arabian calligraphy. Over 1,800 color photos were taken at ancient sites in Iran to help the artists understand the Islamic world of the 15th century. The curving lines of the backgrounds extended into character design.
entire stack of drawings.
That's a good move.
The design style of the film was created because of the flowing Arabic style and the Arabic script, and even if you look at their architecture, they are very curvaceous. And as we were redrawing every single scene, we had to make sure that the curves and the thick and thin flowing lines were in every single drawing.
We're not through yet!
When we would clean up a drawing in traditional animation, it would be one beautiful flowing line. In Aladdin, because of the thick and thin, we have to do a second pass on every single line so that it starts off thin, thickens in the middle, and ends up thin again.
Ooh, I like it.
Aladdin was
Jasmine's outfit, this mint greenish outfit, came from Persian miniatures. It was Richard's suggestion to use that. We liked it, of course. in Farsi or Arabic, so we wound up having to lose it, unfortunately.
You know, it was my subversive pleasure to conceive the genie as Jewish and Aladdin as Arabian. And it really felt like a buddy comedy. And I may not have gone in that direction until Robin started peppering some of his riffs with Yiddishisms.
You little punim there.
Or, you know, punim means face, like sweet face. Now, that's pretty serious compared to the lighthearted stuff that's going on the screen.
You just go, Amy, I am with you.
I mean, I haven't talked about that to anybody, really, but I actually did feel it.
Genie, I'm gonna miss you.
Rasul was great casting for this movie as head of layout, since he is actually Iranian and from Isfahan in Iran, and really knows the architecture and designs really, really well. And actually went back to Iran in the early stages as we were visually developing the movie for research.
We did have a discussion with Richard on that, I remember, because there was a fire going in the fireplace in the desert. He's like, that's the thematic idea, but Richard, do we need the fire? It's like, it's got to be there. Okay, we'll put the fire in there.
And if of our computer-generated elements, the Persian carpet.
Was to have a Persian carpet design on. And then the production designer at a certain point in the film thought it might be interesting to have the texture on the carpet represent more of the storyline from Aladdin. So this is the final design of the carpet, which has the magic lamps all encircled in the center and the tiger's head in the corners with some flames that represent a certain portion of the film as well.
But there would be no way to draw that pattern by hand and keep it looking good for the whole picture. So we came up with the hybrid system of actually drawing the character on paper and then layering the computer pattern on top of it.
We were able to use texture mapping, which is the notion of applying a painting to the surface.
If you look very closely, the Persian influence on all the effects is extraordinary.
So it took us to that place. I think a lot of the fun of the score is that mix of Middle Eastern and American jazz, and especially the black idiom and the swing idiom. It's just this intangible mix that worked, and that was there in our original score, and much of it remains. "Friend Like Me" was one of the first songs we wrote, and one of my favorites.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
A Friend Like Me is very special to me. Number one, because it's one of Howard Ashman's greatest lyrics.
You got some power in your corner now. It's heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some punch. Yahoo and house. All you gotta do is rub that lamp.
I love performing that number in public. Just for me personally, it's a lot of fun.
I'm on